Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today for you guys another video, Persona 5X. Besides today's video guys, we're going to be going ahead and going over everything you want to go ahead and know to prepare for this man Makoto. Now this has been something that a lot of you guys have been asking a lot of, especially inside of my Discord. So what better time to go ahead and do it other than now? We have about at least, I want to say 4 days till he comes out here, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Wednesday. So we do have till that time to really get everything prepared. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. But before we get into it here, first thing I gotta say, y'all are freaking amazing. Y'all been blowing it up, and y'all have been asking a ton of great questions lately. The Discord has grown exponentially. Like, it's been absolutely getting filled up even more and more. So a little quiet every now and again, but y'all have definitely made it a lot more talkative compared to how it used to be. So thank you guys for all of that here. And I do have to say, with all the stuff that I've been preparing here, I can't wait to get back to doing these shorts. My editor has actually been taking his exams recently, so hopefully you guys have been wishing this man good luck with all of those as well. He needs it quite a lot. I'll be having him on the channel as well very soon with us to actually show off his channel as well. He's going to be covering a lot of P5X stuff as well as me, so yeah, Dan as well a lot here. Yeah, we're gonna get straight into it and we're gonna have some fun with it. So without further ado, let's get straight in. Now the man Makoto does end up dropping on at least Wednesday, if I'm correct, or it's May 8th is when he's actually dropping here. Whatever that date does align up where, should be like a Wednesday or a Thursday there, in which this is where we're gonna have to step up and actually have everything correct. Now, Makoto, as many of us do know, is the next character in line. We got to have a lot of things prepared for this man, because the game is going to change drastically with brand new modes, bunch of new card sets probably coming in the future, new style banners, as well as a bunch of new style battle options here. So one of the first things that you guys have been asking me quite a lot, especially when how to prepare for this man Makoto, is do you know exactly what his card set will be? How will he function? Well, one of the first things that we're going to go over is that card set. That card set's actually grindable right now. It's been in the game ever since I think this update has actually dropped, and that's going to be this card set right here. Now, currently my translator is being kind of dumb at the moment. As you guys can see, everything's out of whack. I'll have to install it and get everything kind of back in normal here. But you want this card set right here, which is actually called Obsession. And this is going to be the 3rd set. This one's going to help you out, especially when it comes down to using 3rd related moves here. And it's going to be all just required from Makoto himself. If you really want to get the best out of him, that card set's going to help you do it here. And it's really going to make a lot of things a lot easier. So that can't just be the only thing that we have to go ahead and go over, especially for Makoto, correct? So we got to be able to prepare for this guy. What other things do you guys want to know? Well, one of the few things that a couple of you guys want to go ahead and know is going to be the mental updates or the mental images. This has been something that has always been in the game, though it's like a long-term deal that really I don't dive into most on any build guides or anything like that, because mental images are very interesting because it's more of an in-game type deal, more of a whale function. But a lot of you guys who haven't really built anyone and have been saving them for a while have asked me, where should I go with this? What should be first? What should be last? So I'm going to be answering that today. Well, when it comes down to the mental images for Makoto here, let's just act like this is Makoto's whole deal here. You'll have one of them being this one here. That will be in this slot. It should be at least the defense down or pin, if I'm correct. It should be right there. And that's going to be the one that you want to upgrade first. Afterwards, you want to go for the one that's underneath, which is a fire related move here. And that's going to be your next in line. Once you upgrade those two, you can kind of pivot to whatever you want at that point in time. Though for the next in line that I would definitely go ahead and say to at least enlist in, it's going to be this one up here. And then lastly, this one over here, which should be an attack boost related icon, of course. Now, if you guys don't know what these icons look like, don't worry. I'll have a way, of course, doing that here, in which I guess a better way to actually kind of showcase what those icons would look like is checking out on. So for example, there will be a actual fire one at the bottom here, which is going to be a second one to upgrade, a fire one over here, which will be the 3rd one to upgrade, an attack one over here, which is going to be actually damage bonus, and that will actually be the 4th one to upgrade. And then there should be a pin down or like a arrow pointing down, which is more or less related to pin. Now, I don't know if I have any characters with the pin symbol pointing downwards, so you guys can have a good example of what that does look like here. But this one right here, and there should be a pin symbol that looks like this. So you'll end up having those functions there, which this one will be the first one that you want to upgrade from Makoto Yuki himself to make sure you have the upgrade priorities correct. Now that has been something I've been asked a few times, which it's kind of surprising. A lot of people don't really care about the mental images and you just kind of throw them whenever, but that has been more or less a question, especially when it does come down to this character. So if you want to go ahead and prepare for them, let's go ahead and tell you guys exactly where to get these items from. So for some of you guys who are in game like I am here, of course, there is always a thing that you want to go ahead and do. And I clicked the wrong little section right here, but there's always a thing that you guys want to do, and that's going to be Astrolab. Now, Astrolab itself isn't easy. It is a in-game mode. Once again, this is a legitimate in-game mode that is fairly difficult. The only bad part about Astrolab is it doesn't give many rewards that we do need to build these characters a lot. And so the rewards are very scarce, but by using certain teams in certain characters and stuff like that, you'll be able to go ahead and proceed through the whole constellation. By completing these constellations, some of them will actually give you these rewards, which are necessary to build up the mental images here. So for those mental images that I just went over here, gonna need a couple of these guys. So if you want to go ahead and try and get those farmed up, or have already been farming them up, especially when it comes down to the last constellations that we've had, you want to do this. It's going to be able to give you those extra stat effects that you are looking for, and that's really going to help you at least prepare for the man Makoto. Now, regarding Makoto himself, what else is going to be helpful for at least preparing for this guy? Well, of course, you guys already know the basics. You got to get your talent materials, you got to get your awakening materials, weapon awakening materials. So I'm not really going to be too much of a stickler on telling you guys about that. But one of the few things I want you guys to go ahead and do, especially if you have not done it just yet, you're low on gems, correct? You need materials. Be sure to knock out this game mode. This game mode is going to give you everything you do need to try and prepare as much as possible for Makoto. And the main reason I say specifically Makoto, or just anyone that you really want to get it up for, is because the amount of materials are in here. Now I do understand, but Blade, this is a snooze fest. Listen, I get it. I really do. I've done this on about 4 different accounts where I've maxed this out, and boy, does it hurt. It is very much so annoying. I think Earphone, if he ends up watching this, he will actually admit in the comment section that this is a very annoying mode. But if you go ahead and take a look at least what's in here, you get a ton of materials that a lot of you guys are wanting to have here. Once Tartarus does come out, that's going to be a whole different mode that we're going to need to grind, and this mode will slowly get buried under. So it's best to actually do this mode as fast as possible. There are even some rewards I haven't even collected because of how annoying this is, but try to knock out at least the minimum here, or at least the maximum that you can knock out, which is hitting level 180 for this, and actually going ahead and doing as many of these challenges as possible. It's going to give you a lump sum of gems, it's going to give you a lump sum of elite cards, and also give you a ton of materials to really have prepared for Makoto. So instead of going ahead and having to farm and use all your stamina and stuff like that for all your characters, or at least for Makoto himself, you'll be able to use this for a character that you truly do want to have here, and actually have them up and ready for that moment of time. Highly suggest you guys to go ahead and do this. It's going to be very, very helpful for getting this character up and having him prepared in the long run. Now, we went over pretty much all the basics here. What else can you do to prepare for this character? Well, if you wanted to go ahead and prepare for Makoto himself here, the other part is going to either be getting ready to get a 4-star weapon for him, or get the 5-star weapon. Now, 5-star weapon, I'm not going to talk too much about because, of course, at the end of the day, that's just going to come down to gems. But the 4-star weapon side, I am going to talk about a little bit here. So we're probably going to get hit by a car. So let's just wait that out and be able to teleport across here. But for the 4-star weapon, if you guys do not have boxes or anything like that for yourself here, don't worry. There are other ways to get the 4-star weapon, especially if you're not going to be summoning for his 5-star weapon here as well. So to prepare for this and at least get your damage markers ready to utilize this character, you want to go ahead and go to a Y. A Y is going to be a very helpful experience for you guys, and especially for me too, because I like to at least experiment with some of these weapons. You want to pick that section function, or second function here, not section, but second function here, which will end up having his 4-star weapon. So if you guys want to actually prepare for this, when he is out here, that weapon will be added, and then you'll be able to prep up that weapon really, really quickly and get him up to speed, especially when you want those damage. Be sure to have your tokens ready as much as possible. You can collect these from palaces, If I'm right, you do get them from some of the movies. So if you have not done the movies just yet, in order to get these said things, be sure to knock those out as well. And I clicked the wrong one again, geez. But be sure to do these movies as well, because they'll help you a lot when it comes down to getting those things. You can get a couple coins and it slowly adds up the more you do here, and which you should have at least a decent bit in the stock if you've already completed everything else as well. But boom, that is the weapons, that is the mental images, that is the card set, that is everything that I could pretty much think of when it does come down for Yuki himself here. Now, the last thing I will tell you guys, to prepare for this man, get prepared for that newest game mode. The new game mode, which of course is going to have Tartarus in it as well, is going to be fairly hard to do. At least what I've heard is going to be a little bit difficult, though it is being at least balanced out a little bit, especially from at least the notes that we've seen, the ones I ended up covering in yesterday's video. So it will be kind of difficult for us. At the end of the day, you can only do so much, and seeing that Tartarus game mode is a little bit iffy. And if I'm right, you have to rely more on the EXP you grind there. Just be prepared mentally to actually fight these guys. Don't get too frustrated with it, and try your hardest when it does come down to preparing to actually get as much rewards as possible so you can bring home Makoto Yuki at the end of the day. But that is all I can pretty much tell you guys today when it does come down to at least prepping for this character. At the end of the day, I wish you all good luck, including myself, because man, we got freaking 2 multis in a dream. So we probably will be getting some more multis later on to see if I can pick them up at least once. But till then, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, which forehead, consider subscribing if you are new. I do daily videos of P5X all the time, so we're going to continue from then. But till next time, peace.